I did want to make a comment on the Proposition 68. So I went through that list of parks or projects that were funded. And so I just wanted to take a look at a couple of them that were in our backyard. So it looks like Richmond had 2 projects that were funded. One of which was Shields Reed Park. And part of that plan, it looks like, is a bike pump track. And it's in a park that's not too much bigger than Roger Smith. They requested $8 million for that project. And so if we were looking at sort of a potential comparator, that might be a potential one to take a look at, because the park size is about the size of Roger Smith, and it might be sort of a good idea to maybe reach out and kind of understand what they're trying to do with that park. And then the other one that they did was Dirt World Bike Park, which they just got funding for $1.17 million. So basically, they got money for 2 bike parks in Richmond in the Iron Triangle. So it might be another project to sort of reach out to see what they're doing over there as well too. And it's a nice little project, and so just wanted to highlight those were probably good starting points if we were thinking about something here.
Thank you. And yes, and I noted that as well. Richmond received funding for 2 projects last competitive grant funding as well. So they have received an abundance of the Prop 68 grant funds.
Yeah, do we have any other questions? I'm sorry, do we have any other questions before we go into comment here on this? Do we have any other questions for Michelle on the matter tonight?
I think Sandy had.
Okay, seeing none. Do we have any public comment on this?
Nope. No public comment.
Okay, let's open this up for comment again. Do we have any other comments from board on this item? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to item 6, which is the consent calendar. This is the approved bills to be paid. In the warrants, approve the minutes of November 4th, 2021. Approve the resolution 2021-12-16, approving and directing the continued use of remote meetings, teleconferencing for all board and board subcommittee meetings pursuant to the provisions of Assembly Bill 361, and authorize the chair to execute Fourth Amendment to Employment Agreement between Pleasantville Recreation and Park District and the General Manager, Michelle Lacey. Do we have any, we have a question from Secretary Bonato.
Yeah, I just have a question about the presentation of the warrant pages. I look at mine on my phone, and I may be the only one to see this, but I think I'd mentioned before that there were these black oblongs around a lot of things. Makes it very difficult to read. So I'm just, I guess my question is there a way that we can avoid that presentation, Michelle, in whatever is being sent out that can be read on a mobile device?
Yeah, so I haven't been able to duplicate that, Sandy, on mine. So I'll
send a screenshot.
Yeah, so send me a screenshot and maybe I'll work with you. Do you have the same issues on your phone? Okay, so we will. I will look and see what we can do on that. So what's happening? So I think I need to get you all tablets. I'll just solve my problem.
Do you have any other questions for with respect to the consent calendar? Okay. Safe to assume we have no board comment? Or safe to assume we don't make public comment?
No.
No? Okay. Any questions for me? Or any comment on the consent calendar?
I'll move the consent calendar.
All right. We have a motion from...
I will second it.
We have a second from Secretary Bonato. Roll call, please, Michelle.
Oh, yeah. Board Member Tran.
Yes.
Board Member Vinson.
Yes.
Secretary Bonato.
Yes.
Vice Chair Glover.
Yes.
And Chair Chess.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're on to item 7, recognition of service Suitably. For 2021 board chair, Zach Chef. Michelle.
Yes, I actually, so this is the annual recognition of service of our outgoing board chair, and Zach is our chair, obviously, and has been the center of our Zoom world for this. So, but before you open that, Zach, I'm going to have Bobby's going to do a little recognition, and then we'll have you open your gift. So I'm going to turn it over to Vice Chair Glover.
Awesome. Thank you, Michelle. And I apologize. As usual, my computer's saying my connection is unstable, which could not be more true right now. But Zach, just a big appreciation for myself and our fellow board members for another fantastic year. And just wanted to read over a couple of the highlights this year because, man, there were a bunch of them. But just wanted to hit a couple. Presided over a very challenging fiscal year. I call it a continuation of 2020. I don't really think we had a 21. We just continued 2020. But presided over an unbelievably challenging financial year and a tough fiscal situation. Still came out in the black despite COVID. So huge kudos to you and the finance committee. 100% board Zoom meetings, man, 100%. I mean, I think when you started this year last December, we did not think that we were going to still be doing Zoom meetings, but to be able to do them effectively and still get through a substantial amount of business, I think shows is a true testament to your leadership ability, your candor, and your ability to manage people in boxes right here. So, kudos to you for that. You also onboarded 2 new board members, and it always creates an amazing opportunity, but it also poses challenges when you bring new people in, and I think your ability to make the new board members feel comfortable in this environment that we are, not being face to face, but your leadership and your ability to bring all of us together has proven to be a huge asset, and that was quite an accomplishment. One that I think, because I know you and I know how important it was to you and how much time and energy you put into it, what an opportunity you took it as, and was the adoption of our inclusion policy. And I think that is one of our shining moments this year. And, again, thank you for the work that you put forward on that and your leadership on that as well. And then, going back to the very beginning of the year, the board retreat that really came up with some substantial goals, some actionable strategic goals, things that are going to be, have time set to them, and action items that will be coming back. You really, in doing that, set the stage not just for success this year and next year, but in the years ahead. And so, again, another amazing year as chair. You're just a fun person to have at the helm, and I'm sure I'll open it up to my fellow board members, but just want to say thank you for a fantastic 2021.
Well, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
So would other board members like to, let's have you open up your gift first, Zach, and then we'll open it up for comment from other board members.
Yeah, it's hard. Hopefully you can see this with my background.
It might be a little difficult. I have a screen share, so everyone can see it if we can't see it with your background.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know if we can.
Yeah, we're not going to. No, we can't see it. I'm going to screen share it here, Zach. I'm going to screen share it. It's okay. So we put together a little collage for Zach. And it was hard this year because we didn't do a lot of in-person things. And so we have a nice picture of Zach with Pub in the Park. And then, this year was all about the 70th anniversary. So that's the upper right-hand corner is one of our preschool classes. And then the middle one is Zach and the Grinch at the Holiday Express. And then that bottom right photo is board member Vincent and Chair Chess. And board member Vincent is wearing our brand new 70 logo with the LGBT pride boozle on it. So this, and then what it doesn't have here is it also has that he was the board chair in 2021. So there's a plaque So that is our thank you to Zach representing his year. And it's amazing, at least at the end of the year, we got a little bit of things in person. So this is kind of the highlights of some of the year, Zach.
I'm really glad I went to the holiday festival.
Me too. Well, we had some other options too, but I like that picture. So
Yeah, that was one awesome Grinch. Thank you so much, you guys. That's fantastic. That was great. Really cool. Thank you. Thank you very much.
great. And so Jen would like everyone
That was
to.
cool.
Jen wanted to take a picture of everyone smiling with Zach's picture, but the photo isn't gonna be seen. So, Jen, if you want to take a picture now, you can. There you go. Okay, we're good. Thanks, guys.
Back to the frowning. Back to the frowning.
Back to the frowning. So, so did any other board members want to provide some comments to outgoing chair? Sandy Bonanno.
Zach, we know that this has been an extremely difficult year because we haven't been in person, and it's hurting cats, to try and understand how we're all feeling about certain things when we're just two-dimensional and not three-dimensional in person. And I think you've done a marvelous job with both grace and humor to bring us through this as far as you did, and kept us just really cohesive. I think that is really a tribute to everything you've accomplished this year. Especially as Bobby mentioned, with two new board members coming on and them not really knowing what it's like to meet in person and to have that dynamic, and how important that is to the proper functioning of a board like ours. So I just want to say on my behalf to Sandy Vincent and to Qui Tran that what you have witnessed is so unusual, but also quite stupendous in terms of how exceedingly excellent it really has been to be able to manage and lead this district in the way that Zach has during